Hi.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 86 of Rez Hockey. Thank you for those who are joining us this week. My name is Trev, and with me, as always, is my co-host
Yeah,
Bush. What's up?
not much. I'm great. I'm grateful. It's too hot to be outside. The weather got too hot too fast, I think. And I'm
Yeah,
enjoying, but it's we're still watching Stanley Cup Finals though. We'll get that in
yeah.
a second.
But yeah, like you said, the weather's been really hot. High 20s, low
Yeah.
30s, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But Bush is a lucky Indian, though. He has central air, so I don't know. Should someone who has central air really complain?
That's what I'm saying. Hey, I could come. I had work office. We didn't have no air conditioning, no fans, nothing all last week when it got to the 30s.
That
So
sucks.
we had all the doors open and trying to get some kind of breeze, and it was uncomfortable at times.
I bet. In my
Yeah.
office, I'm right underneath where the cool air comes out of the vent. So I
Oh.
gotta sit in my office with a sweater on every day. I gotta go outside just to warm up. But
Yeah.
I guess we're lucky
Mhm.
in either one of us. Yeah, we're lucky either way. So yeah, welcome to episode 86. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, Rez Hockey, we are recording on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe. We are recording on Treaty Tree
Pretty tree.
territory, home of Bush.
Yeah.
So thank you,
And
Bush, for
all my
allowing us.
relations.
Thank you for allowing us to record this podcast, this show on
Well, not
your traditional lands.
nothing's for free though.
Nothing's for free. Bush is him and his people are berry pickers. So
Yep. There ain't gonna be
I
no berries if this dry weather stays up. This dry
know.
and hot weather. Yeah,
Um,
then there are gonna be no blueberries. Damn it.
we're lucky, knock on wood, that our area hasn't been no forest fires yet.
Yeah.
Unlike the people like in northern Saskatchewan, northern Alberta, and now Quebec and
Mhm.
Ontario, northern Ontario. So hopefully it stays like that. But it's a really dry summer so far. I mean, it
Yeah.
hasn't rained much in our area, so hopefully we get some rain soon. So uh Bush attended a powwow this weekend, so
Yeah, I did.
hopefully you did your rain dance.
I did. I did some kind of dance.
Our guest for episode 86, he is from, let's say, he was born in Saskatoon,
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Mhm.
But Bush and I don't know where he lives now. We'll ask him when later on in the show where
Yeah.
he's from. But Rylan played this past year in the East Coast Hockey League. He played youth sports for University of New Brunswick, and he played a couple weeks ago, last month, in the Freddie for LC Puckduck Oilers. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
looking forward to sitting down and talking some hockey with Rylan. Comes of the week for this episode 86. This kid is where did he play? He played this past season with the C. He played in the CSSHL, which is the Canadian Sports School Hockey League,
Mhm.
for Prairie Hockey Academy. So this kid was just drafted by the Melville Millionaires in the SJHL draft that they have each year. So he was nominated by one of his relatives, Bells, who's a big supporter of the show. So we thank you and wish you all the best of luck in your tryouts coming up. Uh, well, pretty soon they'll have rookie camps and whatnot. So good luck, Henry,
Yeah.
and keep keep trying, keep being deadly, man. Shoutouts. Do you have any shoutouts for episode 86?
Shout out to all the powwow dancers, the drummers, and the powwow committee for setting up this powwow this past weekend.
Where?
It was held in Wajush at Powwow Island,
Wajik Oniga.
First Nation.
What kind of powwow was it? Was it their annual powwow or was it?
No, it was Aboriginal Abenuje Family Services honoring the children powwow. So it really wasn't Wajush, but it was held there.
For those who don't know what Abenuchi is, what is it? It's a family
The family,
services
yeah.
agency here that provides for the Kenora area. Is that it? Anything
Yep.
else?
There. Okay, so those of you that know me, I like food, and I went there not really to observe my culture, but I wanted to eat.
Nick, my son Nick too. He went out there Saturday and he texted me, "Dad, do you want any food?" He's like, "No, I'm good." So,
and also there was a food vendors there. One of the workers. There's a lot of food vendors. There's a lot of raffle prizes. Sorry, and I ended up scoring a raffle prize. I won a tote bag, a picture, and a $50 gift certificate for a seafood food truck that's going to be parked here at Canadian Tire. I can't remember the name of it. Seaway, seafood, Seaway.
with that
Segway.
kind of
Just
stuff,
kidding.
like, do you trust the food that's been like, say it's from the East Coast? Do you trust it coming like halfway across Canada? Well, we're pretty much out in the middle of Canada, right?
Yeah.
So would you trust it still
Well,
fresh seafood?
I'm guessing it'll come in off the St. Lawrence Freeway. St. Lawrence, I'm guessing it'll come in as far as Montreal, and I think from there it'll be bussed or
Do
flown
you think so?
into connects the ocean, man.
But you got these boats, right? Do you think
Yeah.
they'll come down the St. Louis Seaway compared to these big ships that cross the ocean? Well,
Well,
maybe,
fishing boats,
maybe,
right?
yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
You should ask the guy. How do you get your seafood?
But
Is
I
it
would, but
fresh?
but I would trust it.
Would you?
Yeah, frozen.
So it's not fresh.
No, it's probably
Hmm.
caught like a couple days ago, but it's frozen. Oh no,
So
barbecue it.
so do you think they catch it, then they freeze it, then rush it over to Kenora? It's like
Absolutely.
fresh seafood.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you get the shits. Do you get the shits when you? What happens when you eat like old seafood? Do you get the shits or?
Some people do. Some people probably throw up. Some people might exit both ends. All depends how your body reacts to it.
Yeah. Well, let us know how you react.
Oh, speaking of reaction, I read a little trivia today.
Ooh,
So you know how some people say you're allergic to chocolate?
really?
Have you heard about that? Like, chocolate allergies. Well,
Uh-huh.
what they're finding is that when chocolate is manufactured in these third world countries, the government allows a certain amount of cockroach parts inside the vats. Like let's just say it's a minuscule amount. Let's just say 5 parts per million, right? What people are trying to find out or discovering is that people are actually allergic to cockroaches and not the chocolate itself.
That's gross.
Because you're eating chocolate, you're eating cockroach parts. Look it up, man. I'm telling you, because cockroaches are so rampant in these factories that they're allowed us like as again like 5 parts per million. I'm telling you, man. A little trivia. I kind of
So
feel
from
like
now
Norm.
on, I'm only going to eat chocolate that's from the US or
Yeah.
Canada
Uh-huh.
and not imported chocolate.
No.
Thanks. Next time I'm at 7-Eleven or a grocery store, I'm going to read the label.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I just think of stuff up and I try and I research a lot of it. So it's nice.
You should make a conspiracy video about it.
I ain't going down no rabbit holes though. Oh, actually, I do have another shout out. Friend of the show, she's from Eagle Lake, Dryden area. Stacy Williams. A while back, we talked about crazy fans at the Freddy. She was not one of the crazy fans. I guess she's been getting a lot of slack from it. People just assume that it was her because she was cheering for her son. Obviously, you exhibited some emotion, but honest to God, we are sitting beside her, standing beside her. She's not one of those crazy fans that jumps on the glass, that thrashes it, that screams at the refs and
I
everything.
say that's 50-50.
That's not me, Stacey. That's Trev saying that.
That's borderline right there. But well, if people are saying that if that was her, so she must have done it before. So okay, that's
Don't you
Stanley
dare
Cup
at that,
Finals.
man. You're going to
We'll just leave it at that. Stanley Cup Finals. It's game 1 and 2. We decided to record. It's on Tuesday instead of yesterday, which was a Monday, so we could sit back, relax, and watch game 2. Game 1 and 2. What are your thoughts on the last 2 games?
I'm thinking that Florida had in Bobrovsky. They were allowed to push teams over, and then the other teams didn't push back except for Boston. Now they're running into a really, Whitecloud's got the better medicine for the team because Vegas they're deep. Like Eichel got rocked. He came back the next period, set up a goal, it was a nice pass. Like I think Vegas is too deep. They're finding that out now that they're legit just a good team. Yeah, I mean Peter Angelo, people forget that he won the cup with like he led the St. Louis under one of our other cousins, Berube.
Yeah.
Kachuk's off his game, or so they say. I just think he's just being held in check.
Yeah, he's been getting misconduct, so he's kind of like 12 minutes in the box. Your team needs you.
Mm-hmm.
And from someone who sat in the box for like 12, 14 minutes consecutively, your legs get so numb sitting in the penalty box. Then once you get back on the ice, your legs are rubber. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I hated. It's just getting those misconduct penalties because they hurt you in the long run. But like you said, I like those reverse hits.
Yeah,
that Ivan Barbashev, whatever, butchering his name, but his reverse hits, man, holy! You know what? I call those the Wasey Wabbits.
Yeah,
remember when Wasey did that against? Who did he do that against?
Was it against your boys or was it against?
Nope, he did it against. Who was the team that protested?
Flames.
Oh, goldfish, good fish, fish like goldfish like. But yeah, like the first shift, Wasey just some kid tried to think he could knock Wasey on his ass, but Wasey reverse hit him and just let that kid flew after he tried to hit Wasey. So that was awesome to see. So every time I see a reverse hit, I think of our friend of the show, Wasey, and how he reverse hit that kid. But do you think Florida's done? They're down 2-0.
They might win a game. They might bring it to 2, but I think they're done. It's too bad because I was hoping for Montour.
Game 1, he came down to the right side, just blazing speed, and he took a slap shot. It was 89 miles per hour.
Yeah, I know.
Mean, this kid was coming full tilt.
No, it was higher than that.
No, it was 89.
No, I think it was in the 90s. It was close to 94. Because I remember that shift, and I think it was in the 90s. I really do. I know there was one time it was from his power play from the point, or whatever, a shot from the point. He reached 101 miles an hour.
That's like a snapshot for you. That's F all.
That's well, it all depends what kind of flex I have.
But yeah, Montour's playing. I think at this point he's trying to do too much.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not hurting his team yet, but I think he has to just tone it down. I know he wants to win like everyone else does, but
Yeah.
just tone it down just a little bit and just let his team step up because he's totally stepping up, right? And
Yeah.
playing like a machine. What about Zach Whitecloud?
Oh, I like him.
How much has he stepped out of his, I don't want to say comfort zone, but he stepped out of the shadow, right? And totally
Yeah.
stepped up his game.
Mhm.
You got the game winning goal, game one. You got an assist last night.
Do you think that was a high stick though?
That Mark Stone goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was high stick.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
But
either
counting.
way, they would have won the what 6-7.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a 1-1 tie,
No.
the deciding goal, right? They were already up by like 3 or 4,
Mhm.
so I don't think that one really mattered. But yeah, I think Florida's done.
Yeah, they were up 4-0 before Florida answered back.
But
Game two.
but still, you got 2 more games, the 2 hardest games to win of the season. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Zach Whitecloud, Brandon Montour have been playing really good. It's good to see Whitecloud. He's been on the power play. He was on
Yeah.
the power play game one, but they had a breakaway though. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
The other team had Panthers had a breakaway when Zach was on the ice,
Oh,
but they
is that
didn't score though.
what period is that? Because I had to
That was in
listen
the
for the
third.
first period. I
That
had
was
to
in the
listen to the
third.
first time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, uh, good on them though. They're playing awesome. And um, what else? What else? My mind just went blank.
Would you pay to go see the NHL Stanley Cup Final to cross off your bucket list?
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would too.
Especially in Vegas. Like
Yeah.
Vegas tickets are like $200, which is not bad. I mean, when I went to the Leafs game in Winnipeg, I paid three
Yeah.
fifty for my ticket. So $200 American's not bad.
No.
Like if you and I were gonna go, well, say we would go,
Yeah.
we would drive to Grand Forks, like North Dakota,
Mhm.
then fly from North Dakota to Vegas, stay for one night, and fly back and drive
Yep.
home.
Mhm.
Maybe game 5, we should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably easier to fly into this. I mean, to fly from North Dakota, right? Just cross the border with
Mhm.
our status card.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have a passport that expired.
Oh.
I know, but I would go to. I would go to
Yeah. So would I.
a Stanley Cup. Like former cousin of the week, Ernest
Ernest,
Jameson. He was there
he
for
was
game
there.
one.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. Got decent pictures of it.
So he had a good seat, and he said the prices weren't as bad as people were saying. So, but if it was in Toronto or a Canadian city, it'd be so expensive.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at round one in Toronto. We'd pay $10,000 for a seat,
Yeah. Definitely not me.
but you can go to Vegas for a Stanley Cup final game for $200.
Yeah, there's no logic in that. I'm curious to see how much prices are in Florida. Have they released the prices online yet?
They should, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll check that out. But
Yeah.
if there's a game 5 in Vegas,
You never know.
I would go. So let's go to let's go to our interview with
Okay.
Rylan. So
All right.
yeah, hold up and we'll be right back. Rez Hockey would like to introduce you our guest for episode 86. He is from good old Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He finished playing his season in the ECHL. He's a former dub player, U Sports player. He's done it all. Rez Hockey would like to introduce our guest, Mr. Rylan Parenteau. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Even though it's probably a beautiful summer day in Saskatoon, we really appreciate.
Yeah,
Excuse me. So, yeah, let's get started. You played this past season with the Fort Wayne Comets of the ECHL. How
yeah.
was your season?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, first full professional season, got that under my belt. So, yeah, got a few games in. Start of the year was a little interesting. Started in Toledo and didn't get a game for the first month of the season, I'd say, and then fortunately enough, got dealt in a trade to Fort Wayne, and right off the hop, got playing a bunch. So that was a good way to establish myself at the East Coast level a little better, getting to Fort Wayne there.
This is a lot of syllables here. The Allen County War Memorial Coliseum is one
Yeah.
of the historic rinks in minor hockey. How was it playing in the Coliseum?
Oh, unbelievable! So yeah, it's known as the jungle around the East Coast. They play "Welcome to the Jungle." That's our entrance song coming out, Guns N' Roses. So yeah, get the people going, and yeah, we're pretty much close to a sellout almost every night. And yeah, the fans there are so passionate. We're kind of the big show in town, and that's what people come out to watch us play. So that was a little extra motivation coming out, going to play in front of them every night. So had lots of fun in that rink.
I seen some of the pictures that are posted online. Some teams in the coast have blue gold nets for
Yeah.
the post. Is that weird for you?
I used to think it would have been weird, but yeah, you don't even think of it until you realize when you're banging your posts all the time with your stick, being superstitious, and then you look down and your orange twigs now almost completely blue. Not used to seeing that.
Um, on that note, we see a lot of goalies in their warm up. Like I see Skinner, like pretty much bulldoze his own goal. What do you do for your little? Do you got a little tic tac toe tap deal?
Yeah, oh yeah. If you watch me, if you even watch me play anywhere, it's been the same since I was probably 15, 16 in midget. Yeah, I'm always skating to the corners, keeping my gloves, like visualizing and banging my stick. Like, yeah, I from an outsider looking in, like, unless you're a goalie, it probably looks crazy, but you just need those things, right? To stay dialed and keep yourself even keel as with the flow of the games, right?
What about dressing up? Like, do you dress up the same every game, every practice?
Uh yeah, I think like I know a lot of guys like to differentiate like going left to right or whatever. I think I'm mostly like left to right too, like just with skates and pads and stuff, but it's something you don't even like think about, right? Um I guess before games, usually you try and like have like some bit of timing down, like you want to have like full gear on it, like the what would it be, like 6 minute mark or something for me, and then you head out and go play the game. But yeah, I don't know, just especially like the more you do it over time, the more kind of automatic it becomes. And sometimes you can catch yourself and you're like, I'm like, you get in your own head sometimes. So I've had to kind of work my way against that over my like days in junior and college and stuff. And definitely as you grow and mature with age, you realize a lot of the stuff's just wasted energy when you're trying too hard to prepare, you know?
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because ever since I was in Bantam, and I still do left, right. And if I do something wrong that I notice, like if I put on my right skate and I'll tighten it, I'll take off my right skate to put on my left skate and I'll start all over again. It's just I do that in old timers. It's just in your
I
brain.
see you.
Like yeah, like what if I do it wrong? Like what if I have a bad game because I put on my right
Yeah.
skate and tied it up first? So I'll untie my skate and so that's why I always go to the rink early for old timers because just in case I make a mistake, I'll have time to. It's I don't know. It's funny that you say that because in my 40s I still do the same thing.
Just getting in your own way sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Road trip. What's tell us a typical road trip with the comments.
Uh, the travel in our division wasn't too terrible. Everything was kind of within two, 3 hours. The one tough road trip from Fort Wayne would be the Wheeling trip, going to Wheeling, West Virginia. So that was about like 5 and a bit. And yeah, that then they always seem to throw those in the second game in a 3-3. So you'd be playing at home on the Friday night, get on the bus, drive through the night, get in at 3 a.m. or whatever, unpack the bus, get to the hotel, have a snooze, play that night in Wheeling, and then of course they'd throw in a home game after that or something. So you'd travel both nights, and those are the weekends we kind of marked on the calendar. We're like, okay, gear up, boys.
What kind of hotel do they usually put you guys up in?
It's yeah, for the most part they've all been really nice hotels and stuff. Like it's been been pretty lucky with that. Like they treated us really well there in Fort Wayne, and so yeah, no horror stories with the hotels, thankfully, so far.
So is it like the Marriott or like say something like Super 8
Kind of somewhere in between
in
usually.
between?
A couple times I know we went to Toledo. I think we stayed at a Marriott, so they'll treat the boys sometimes. And I think in playoffs too, we were in a really nice hotel in Cincinnati. So yeah, they definitely took good care of us, which is a big difference, right, at the East Coast level.
Yeah. Speaking of Cincinnati, we had Mark Sinclair on the show last year. How did you guys do against Cincinnati, the Cyclones?
Yeah, so that series went 7 games. So
Oh wow.
they beat us 1-0 in the seventh game, game 7 at home, like at in Cincinnati, and we scored with I want to say like less than 5 seconds left on the clock, and there was a very controversial call that got waved off for goalie interference, and when I don't know if none of the fans or any of us would have said it was goalie interference, but never fails in a tight game like that. There's always going to be something that comes up, but yeah, to bring it to 7 games, it was a tight series, so they were a good team for sure.
Mark played in the Freddie too with Eagle Lake. Did you see him at the tourney?
No, I didn't. I never caught Eagle Lake there, but yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because we had some good goalie battles over the course of the year. A couple times when he was down, because he had gotten. I saw he had gotten called up at the end of the year too, and played well. I think that was with Belleville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a really good goalie too. So that was it's always fun. You get to see so many different guys and like reconnect with guys that maybe you played against or with in junior and see where everyone's at. So yeah, I don't know Mark personally, but just from playing against him, you yeah, definitely gain an appreciation for a guy's game.
Right on.
You played junior for the Prince Albert Raiders and the Tri-City Americans of the WHL. How was your junior days?
Yeah, junior days were fun. It was yeah, was lucky to be part of really good teams, and started my, I guess officially started my junior days in the Weyburn Red Wings of the SJ. Didn't make the Raiders as a 17-year-old, and that was a big year for me to kind of take a step. And I was fortunate enough. My coach there, Bryce Toma, gave me lots of opportunity, probably more opportunity than a lot of 17-year-old goalies would have gotten that year, and played a bunch. And that kind of helped me kind of make that jump up into the Western League level, and then played 18-19 with Prince Albert. Had 2 awesome years there, and had some good teams. And then my 20 year got traded to Tri-City, so got a little taste away from home, I guess, after living in Weyburn and Prince Albert. That's not too far from Saskatoon, and then going to Tri-City. That was a bit of an eye-opening experience, just moving to the States, being far away from home. But yeah, I think it was good for me to kind of get away a bit, and obviously playing a different division in the league was good too. And you see so many different players that you look back today, and it's pretty impressive who you look back and see you played against.
After junior, you went to the University of New Brunswick. What did you study, and how was it playing youth sports?
Yeah, that was I mean, that was an awesome decision by me to go ahead and go the youth sports route, and obviously going to a program such as the University of New Brunswick. That was an amazing experience. Just so much history, just such a winning tradition there, and to be a part of that for 5 years, that was awesome on the hockey side of things. And in the meanwhile, I got my Bachelor of Science in Geological Engineering there, and minor in business administration. So that was a little extra icing on the cake to an awesome 5 years there.
Right on.
A few weeks ago, you played for the Alsiptog Oilers at the Freddie. How was your experience playing with the Oilers?
Oh man, that was a great experience. Like to be a part of that team. That was the first. I think that was the first ever Atlantic team that had ever played at the Freddie, and
Yeah.
it was kind of, I think it would have been 3 years in the making. I was supposed to play with them in 2020. They had asked if I would join their team, and that's one of my teammates in my first year at UNB, Trey Lewis. He's from there, and he had asked, along with another Mackenzie Brown. He's from that area. He had asked as well. He plays with them. He didn't make it out this year, but and got the ball rolling there. And then of course COVID shut everything down. And so then when the time came around this year to have the opportunity to play with them, I couldn't say no. And obviously it worked out with our season being done. And obviously, yeah, they had such a good team and such a good showing. We had a really good pool, as you can tell, with PBCN and OCN meeting in the semis there. And just didn't work out for us, and we're hoping potentially getting back together for next year.
Yeah, we had Trey on the show last year, and how awesome did Trey play in front of you at the
Oh
Freddie?
man, it felt like old times. Like he was running and gunning. Like he's such a physical player. Like it's and just a presence on the back end too. Like his resume speaks for itself. Memorial Cup champion there with the Mooseheads, and obviously winning with the UNB as well. So it was awesome experience to reconnect, right, with an old teammate.
Yeah.
And having a guy like that in front of you never hurts being a goalie.
Bush and I watched all your games, and we were saying Trey's probably the one guy in the tournament that we don't want to get hit by, because the boards don't move, and that guy's solid.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with those hard boards there, and the Trace Arena there. Yeah. So yeah, he was a he was a force to be reckoned with out there. There's almost at least one a game where he blew a guy up out of his.
That's for sure. Yeah. Another question. How was it put on an Oilers jersey? Did it feel gross, or were you happy to put on a jersey, an Oilers jersey on?
Yeah, we were laughing about that because with the orange on my pads with the Comets, it actually kind of matched. So I grew up maybe a little bit leaning more towards being a Flames fan, but any day you get to wear the Oilers jersey, it's a good day.
I just say that just to bug Bush because he's a big Oilers fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So poor Bush. Pre-game tunes. We always ask our guests what kind of music they listen to before a game, because everyone's different. Some guys love rock, country, techno. So what kind of tunes do you listen to get yourself in the game?
Yeah, I have a playlist that I've just over the years I've just added more songs, so it's just a mumbo jumbo full of, I think there's like some classic rock, some like heavy metal, like electronic, like EDM. That's the one thing. I don't think there's any country on the pregame playlist, but that's probably my favorite type of music. Just doesn't quite get you going, right? But, kind of a mix of just music from over the years, so it's kind of the same playlist of, I don't even want to know how many songs are on that thing, but it's whatever gets you going, right?
True.
What about a meal? What's your go-to meal?
Oh, chicken and pasta with tomato sauce. That's been the same thing since forever. It's a common trend with me, hey?
Do you cook much while you were in Fort Wayne?
Yeah, for the most part. I lived with my girlfriend there. So that definitely helped too. We would kind of take turns kind of being a chef for the night, and we definitely utilize the air fryer more than anything. But yeah, we definitely try and get creative as possible, and try not to eat out too much, right? Trying to be a professional.
I
Easier said.
always ask guys who are on the show that played in the US if they're either a Walmart person or a Target person.
Oh man, yeah, we were Target through and through. Yeah, taking advantage of it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm a Target guy too. I rather go to Target than Walmart in the US.
Oh yeah, you got, especially my girlfriend with the makeup and everything. She was having a heyday with all the US brands you can't get in Canada. She was stocking up for the summer.
They have way better junk food in the US too. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
I every time I go to the US, I always have to stock up on like different kind of pop that they don't have up here. So
Oh, exactly. Yeah. No, it's yeah, so that's been a fun aspect too. Just yeah, a couple different fast food joints and whatnot. And yeah, for sure.
yeah, it catches up to you after a while, eh?
Yeah, you got to be careful. Very selective with it.
Advice. What advice would you give young goaltenders?
Young goaltenders. I guess yeah, just to, I guess, not take a single day for granted, for sure. Anytime you get an opportunity to be on the ice, do it with a purpose, because as much as you don't really think about it, it does go by fast. Like looking back on my career, like it's crazy how time has just flown by, and how many opportunities you may or may not have to, whether it's to be a starting goalie or to win a championship or whatnot, and to yeah, take advantage of any opportunity you get, because you never know when your next one will be. And obviously at the end of the day, to enjoy it in the process, because yeah, if you're not enjoying it, then what's the point?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans yet for the 23-24 season?
Not set in stone yet. It's still a little early in the off season. The East Coast protected lists come out in a couple days, I believe. So that will kind of get the ball rolling with things, depending on whether or not Fort Wayne wants to hold my rights for negotiation. But yeah, still kind of wide open and still exploring things for sure.
Right on.
Right on. Okay, Rylan, before we let you go, we have a little segment that's called the 5 Rapid Niche Questions.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Trevor, we got to keep stats on one of these.
We do. We got to keep stats on what everyone says, because I think it's been 50-50 on all the answers so far.
Yeah. Yeah, no pressure, Rylan.
No pressure.
Okay. All right, number 1. Yeah, baked or fried bannock?
Oh, fried for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You use a jam or no?
Yeah, it's got to be jam.
Yeah. Have you ever used a bed sheet as a curtain or a door?
Oh yeah, for sure. First year college. That's up there. Yeah.
As your partition? Have you ever seen Ernest Muniz live in concert?
No, I missed him. Missed him at Freddie.
Indian taco or bannock burger?
Oh, I think we got to go Bannock Burger.
Ooh.
And it's good. Yeah. Gotta be bison.
All right, our fifth and final question is the most honest one: is can you jig?
Oh man, no. Even if I tried, no one would want to see it.
Right on. Well, Rye, thanks for coming on the show. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your summer schedule and whatnot to come and join us and talk some hockey, man. And we really appreciate it.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure. No, thank you guys for having me. I had lots of fun.
All right, we'll keep in touch and we'll wish you all the best.
That's for sure. Thanks. Same to you guys.
All right, I'll
Thanks.
see you.
Yeah. Hi.
You should for Halloween. You should shave your beard and your goatee and just get a Borat mustache
A Borat mustache.
and go out for Halloween as Borats. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Another great interview with
Rylan.
I know you just got me distracted with Borats. So yeah, it was awesome to sit down and talk with Rylan. So
Yeah.
he's one of the better goalies in Indian country. So thanks again, Rylan, for sitting down and hanging out with us for a bit and talking some hockey. This week, Bush has the top 5.
I do.
So
Take it away.
take it away. The floor is all yours.
All right.
Bushy.
Okay. I will.
Easy.
All right. Because I went to the powwow and I was looking around, I was sniffing out the food vendors. I decided to come up with top 5 powwow snacks that aren't necessarily the most healthy, but they're the most popular at powwow amongst powwow vendors and participants. Number 1, bannock by itself, but you gotta have jam with it.
That's the thing. Like me personally, I would prefer baked bannock over fried bannock.
And yeah, they're just it's easier to deep fry it at the powwow,
Yeah,
right?
true. Yeah.
They can't exactly haul industrial ovens there.
Well, some places do.
Yeah.
Has to be raspberry jam though.
Yes.
Raspberry jam.
Or straw. Yeah, I know. I like this. I
Not
like the raspberry
strawberry.
jam. Yeah, we'll get more on that later. And number 2, speaking of bannock, you gotta have the bannock burgers with it.
Fake burgers or real burgers?
Oh, depends what the health unit allows you to do.
Real cheese or processed cheese?
Oh, I gotta go real cheese.
But not too many places sell
I know.
bannock burgers like real cheese. They use like fake.
Yeah,
It's not even. It's not really cheese, really though.
Velveeta
Right?
slices. Yeah.
It's like President's Choice
Yeah.
cheese slices.
And then lately, what's been gaining ground with the powwows is the lemonade. Not like a little cup of lemonade, but they get a big it's like a 1 liter full the flavor lemon, well, obviously flavor, but they put a whole bunch of fruit in it. They put blueberries, they put strawberries, they put watermelon.
That's good.
It's
That's
really
healthy
good.
though.
Yeah.
Nick came home with a big cup of lemonade, and it was half a lemon. So
yeah, that's really good.
That's good. Just as long as they're not putting cups and cups of like sugar in there.
Yeah, I know. They got to get that mixture right. And this is a personal favorite. Back in the day, I seem to remember there was a lot of cotton candy flying around at powwows in this region.
Yeah.
There's a lot. For some reason, there's a lot of kids running around with cotton candy.
We should do that next powwow out here in Rat Portage, was just going to go. We should go to wholesale and just grab a bunch of candy and sell it.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
We'll buy $300 worth of candy and we'll just like double our money, man.
Yeah. Bootleg candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the number 1, I think, for powwow snacks or foods.
Hold on. Time out. You started off at number 1. You said number 2, number 3, number 4, and then you go number 1. Okay, this is the
I'm
top answer.
nervous. Yeah,
And
the top
the,
answer.
and
The
the
most
top
popular.
answer.
The most popular answer is Indian tacos. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of it on in your little styrofoam plate.
Ground
Like there's
beef, cheese,
yes,
salsa, sour cream, tomatoes,
lettuce,
and lettuce.
plus the 2 pieces of banana that come with it.
On your Indian taco, dude?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What do you think all that stuff's floating on?
You said 2 pieces.
Well, I mean half and half, right?
Oh,
They've got a piece of banana cut.
I don't cut mine. Like when we have Indian tacos for
Oh,
supper, I just leave like the top.
really?
Yeah. Do you cut yours in half?
Some people, vendors do.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
but I
an
have
interesting thing.
yeah. Well, because you can fit more of it on one, right? It's nice and level.
Now I'm so confused.
I know.
So people,
Oh,
when you eat Indian tacos at home, do you cut it in half or do you just leave it as one big piece of bread and just put your
mow
toppings
down.
on? I never knew people would cut the bannock in half.
Yeah.
You a jibboys. You a jibboys. So that's a good top 5.
Yeah.
Powwow season's heating up. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a busy summer. If there's one around your community, go watch. Go dance
Mhm.
around the circle. Listen to the drum, and you'll feel way better. I mean, even if you just dance one song, just
Yeah.
it helps you. You feel way better after dancing. So
You kids, grab your grandma and dance with her one time around the circle.
yes.
You will not forget it.
Growing up, unfortunately, in my area, my community, we never had powwows growing up. I think my first powwow I attended, I was probably 19 when I lived in Thunder Bay for like a number of years and I just never went to a powwow until I was older. It's just our community, there was a lot of churches, different religions on our community, so we never had powwows. So something that I missed out, I guess, growing up, but yeah, just thought I'd share that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, on with the next thing. I asked Bells where damn, I can't even think of his name now. I apologize. Hold on. Where Henry Thunderblanket is from, and Henry is from Treaty Number 6, Sweetgrass First Nation. So I thought I'd mention that about Mr. Henry Thunderblanket. I love that name. That's an awesome name. I wish I had a cool name like that.
Instead of Trevor?
I mean, my last name. Henry Thunderblanket. I mean, that's a cool last name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good luck, Henry, in your future. Good luck with your training, because I'm sure he's training this summer.
Yeah.
Eating right, and the Hulk Hogan. What did Hulk Hogan used to say? Say your prayers, take your vitamins. Well, he was all juiced all the time.
Yeah. He had his own vitamins he was taking.
I remember I had his weight set as a kid.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
say your prayers and eat your vitamins, kids. That's always or something like that.
Yeah, well, he was just a juice monkey.
Yeah.
So Connor Roulette got traded to the Spokane Chiefs from the Saskatoon Blades last week. So good luck to Connor. On hopefully the Spokane Chiefs will have a good year. I mean, unfortunately, they were last in their conference this past year, but I think it's about ice time, right? You want to get better. You'll get a lot of ice time. He'll get power play time. So good luck, Connor. Spokane's a nice city. Not sure about the colors though. They have Montreal Canadian colors.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So I think that's the only downer. It's just the colors.
I still wish I had a photo of you wearing those Montreal socks that game. That would have been nice to
Oh,
post. It would have been.
true. Worst socks ever. I got an interesting thing right now. Mike Babcock, he's going to be getting hired by the Columbus Blue Jackets, and I wonder if Roddy Ross might go down that trail of Columbus if he signs with Columbus's minor league team, in the minors or ECHL, AHL,
Yeah.
because like, why wouldn't you want to sign Roddy Ross? Right, he's one of the best goalies around in U Sports.
I
Do you
still
think
can't
so?
believe I was going to ask you that.
Well, ask me what.
Is that Roddy Ross playing?
We're standing in a group of Canoe Lake
Yeah.
people. They all have jerseys on. Roddy's girlfriend was standing in front of us, and she just looked at you like, "Who is this guy?"
But I didn't
turned-
ask out loud though. I didn't say that. I goofed. I said, "Oh, geez, Trevor." I was gonna. I just had a brain freeze. I was gonna ask you that, but then I realized, yeah, that's him. But
But do you think there's a possibility that he can turn pro and
I think
where
so.
sign with Columbus's farm teams? Because
Yeah.
that's something we should keep an eye out. Maybe we'll ask Canoe Lake Young Guns manager Bells if she has any info. But
Yeah.
you heard it here first, people. If Roddy signs with Columbus or one of their minor league teams, because a lot of times with like junior hockey pro, coaches, when a coach is hired, they'll bring in their former players that they know they will skate hard and play hard for the coach, right? So, and Roddy had a good season with when Babcock was in University of Saskatchewan, where Roddy played last season. So it'd be interesting. This past Saturday, you went to Winnipeg
I
and got
did.
fitted for skates. Where did you go, and how was it getting your foot fitted for skates?
Thought you were gonna say massage.
Say that. I mean, you should have said I got fitted for skates, and later I went, or before I went for a massage.
Oh, you know what? The whole process was a little bit of a cluster because when I got there, they went to turn the iPad on, and I realized it wasn't charged up from the night before. I guess yesterday's staff, they each said that can someone please charge this for tomorrow, and no one actually really did. So I had to wait for about half an hour for it to charge up.
What store did you get him? What skate
I got
shop?
them. I was in the neighborhood of Polo Park vicinity, so I just went to Hockey Life,
Pro Hockey Life.
office of St. James, yeah, because I had to go to Best Buy in Polo Park. Actually, I go to Polo Park, so I was just there.
So what was the process? Tell the listeners.
So what happened was I took my shoe off and my sock off to reveal really sweaty feet. No, just kidding. So what
It was plus 30 out, so you probably did have sweaty feet.
No, so what happens is they have the true skates, they have their own pad that the sensors from their program from the iPad picks up. So you step on this foot pad barefoot and you got to lean a certain way. You got to almost put your knee over top of your toes, lean forward a little bit. And then they go around and they take the pad and they take an image at every increment of the clock. So they take one at 2 o'clock position, one at 4 o'clock position, one at 6 o'clock, one at 8 o'clock, 10, and so on. And they do that for each foot. It's a little bit of a process. Takes about 5 minutes to make on each foot at least. They want to make sure they got everything, and then they take a front and back, or they take a front photo of each foot. So that was kind of neat to see them do it.
When you get your skates done, you are allowed 3 letters or 2 hockey numbers, what did you do for your tongues?
I'm not that vain. I went old school and just put. I got nothing. I didn't put anything in
Really?
my
You should
skates.
have
Yeah.
put like number 2 or something.
No. I was thinking of Boris Mirnov in the mid '90s with the Oilers, but it's like, nah, I'm good.
Next question is, did you cut your toenails?
Did I trimmed them really good. I filed them down to make them look really presentable.
So there was no Dumb and Dumber happening
There was
when
no Dumb and Dumber when they took the
when Lloyd was getting the
grinder out.
grinder.
Yeah. No, I made sure that they were clean and neat, filed down, polished, and like good toes.
Did you get
good toenails?
Pedicure before you went?
No, I should have.
You should have. Next time, I guess.
Maybe next time.
So you got true skates, correct?
Yes, I got true skates. I was looking at the Bauer skates, but they're a little bit too pricey for me. They start at $14.99.
The
Not
new ones?
$14.
Is it
like the brand new ones that were
a brand new Hyperlight 2s?
Yeah.
Oh, those are nice.
I know, but I figure the only way I get those if Wasey and Jesse and everybody call me up to go play in the Freddie next year, because I need all the speed I can get.
Yeah. So how long will you be waiting for the final product?
Excuse me. The guy said anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks.
That's not bad.
No.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited because these are probably going to be the last boot skates that I'll get. Hopefully.
I've had my skates for going on 5 years, and they're starting to wear down. So by the time you're in your late 50s, oh yeah,
late 50s.
You're good. You're good. So would you recommend people getting custom made skates?
I would recommend definitely after their probably early 20s, because that way your feet for sure have stopped growing. Because one of the questions they ask you is do you want room to grow?
Really? They asked that?
Yeah, they asked me in my questionnaire.
Said, Jesus, like I'm in my freaking 50s. Does it look like I'm still growing?
Well, no, like he asked that sarcastically. He just said,
"Oh."
He looked at me and said, You don't want room to grow. He knew what I was, but yeah, I would recommend it if you have problematic feet. If you think that your feet are wide or too wide for the conventional skate, spend the extra money. Your knees, your hips, your feet will thank you 5 years down the road, because you won't be compensating for any or support or anything like that.
I think it's better off because, like, if you think about it, if you pay $1,500 for a pair that's going to last you up to 5+ years, instead of you buying a pair like $700 skates every year or every 2 years, because like to be honest, buying a better pair is going to last longer. It's better because when you buy the intermediate, the lower end skates, they'll wear out faster. So you have to buy a new pair. So invest in a nice pair of skates, because you have to take care of your feet. Because if you don't, you won't be able to play hockey. You'll get right. So take care of your feet, and they'll take care of you on the ice. Yeah.
And for me, for some reason, I suffer from lace bite or snake bite, what they call it. The tongue folds right into the front of your foot and your tendon, and it creates a bruise. So I chose a hard tongue. So if you can custom get a hard tongue, for your skate boot, then go get it.
So yeah, Bush had to copy me and get true skates. So I don't know how I feel about that yet. Maybe I'll shoot at his feet on purpose just to.
In July or no, August?
Yeah. F you for copying me, man. There's a shot right in the ankle.
Hey, man, I had to pay for these, unlike you.
Yeah, true. I don't think. I think I'm getting true skates, so I will have to pay. Coming up. End of the month. June 29th and July 2nd is the draft, the Click Cup in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Yeah.
It's a memorial tournament for the late Casey Tate. Casey Tate was one of my buddies, man. That guy he was a really good guy. So now Titus Simple out of Thunder Bay puts on a memorial tournament. It's a draft style tournament where you just put your name, excuse me, in on Facebook, on their Facebook page, and it's $60 per player. So they have a Facebook page, Click Cup. So go to their Facebook page if you want to play, and it's a really fun tournament. For $60, it's not bad. So it's a draft style tournament where Titus will announce the captains of each team, and they'll just go around drafting players. So we're not sure if Bush and I are going. We're
gonna try.
We're gonna try, but it'd be fun. So if you're in the Thunder Bay area, June 29th to July 2nd, go play some hockey, because hopefully Bush and I will show up. So it's always good to play in these memorial tournaments for people that we played with that unfortunately passed on to the spirit world. So because Casey Tate was a nice guy. He was a really funny guy. The last time he played here in North America, and I played against him, and he came up to me in shooters and he goes, "Holy shit, Trev, you almost broke my ankle when you slashed me," because I gave him a really good two-hander right in the feet. I did it on purpose. I just want to let him know I was there, so I gave him a little love tap. But he was comical. He was loved by everyone. Junior players, junior camps, prospects camps are starting to come up around all over Canada and the US. Remember, stay in shape, stay focused, stay committed. I know a lot of the times, a lot of people, friends and family who don't play hockey and who aren't committed want to associate with drugs and alcohol, but I know it's hard. Peer pressure is a bitch. It's something that it always happens and it's there, but do your best to stay focused, stay committed, because in the long run, it's going to be really beneficial for you to stay on that positive road of living a lifestyle of free of drugs and alcohol, especially when you want to play a high-end hockey, because it's not like how it was back then when I played. Because I remember when I was 20 years old, I was going to junior camps, and I was going to our main camp, and I'd get home at 7 a.m. and be up 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning to go to training camp. And I didn't train. I wasn't focused. I was more worried about my social life.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens, and I was more worried about just being cool and going out with my friends and going to the bar. But now with this show, I want to tell the youth that to live that lifestyle of no drugs and no alcohol. And that I wish I would have did it, because it's something that it's the wrong road that I chose. But there's a lot of camps. So good luck to everyone that's attending these prospects camps all over Canada. Keep trying hard. If you don't get the call back, there's always other teams, other camps that are happening. So just keep trying hard, keep working hard, keep being dedicated, and eventually you're going to get a call. And if anyone needs any help, any guidance or any advice, shoot us a message on Facebook. I know a lot of coaches throughout Canada and the US, and teams are always looking for players. So shoot us a message if you need help. We'll be more than happy to help you out and try to get you on a team, because like I said, teams are always looking. Anything else before we skedaddle for this week?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good?
I think I'm good.
Whew, that was lots, man. I gotta catch my breath. I need my puffer. Before we go next week, well, what episode 87, I'm sure Stanley Cup Finals will be done. Is
Yeah.
Florida finish, and will Vegas win the cup?
Oh, I think Florida's done.
Because there's a game Thursday and a game probably Saturday.
Yeah. I hate to say it for our cousin Montour, but I think our cousin Whitecloud has better medicine.
Yeah. He smudged his sticks,
Yes.
put cedar in his skates.
Mhm.
I played hockey with a guy. He put cedar in his skates. Did you ever see that? A player do that?
No,
No?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know if they did it in front of me or if I walked in the dressing room too late. That probably be one of the times where you walk in at like quarter 50 minutes to game time, and the veterans are all dressed up looking at you as you crack a beer. Right?
Yeah, I noticed. Well, it was after the game, and he was taking the insoles out of his skates. And when he did, I noticed there was cedar, and just like, geez. So maybe we gotta try that to help us get faster.
Yes.
Or put some in your gloves. Maybe you'll get some soft hands.
Some soft hands, yeah.
Maybe you can pass me the puck on the tape for once.
Instead of behind you.
Instead of my tucks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing with Bush when I got a bunch of puck marks on my tucks.
Yeah.
I just gotta clean them off with my towel when hockey's done.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. So yeah, I think Vegas is gonna win. I think it's too hard in the Stanley Cup Finals to come back from 2-0, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, even though they did that with Boston, but this is the Stanley Cup Finals, right?
Mhm.
It's but you never know. They might make it interesting, but we'll see. So with that being said, thanks for joining us for another episode of Rez Hockey. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, June 7th, we have a big announcement with our sponsor, who our sponsor is. So we'll be letting everyone know on our social media pages who decided to sponsor us. It's pretty excited and pretty surprised, I guess, right? So thanks for joining Bush and I. Thanks for hanging out with us for the last hour or so. So we really appreciate it. So we'll see you guys next week. Take care of each other, love each other, respect each other, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.